You're on.
Good afternoon. We are here at ShoreBank Enterprises, and we've just completed a waste sort of over 40 tenants, over 300 people at this one complex. One thing that we found in the waste sort is a lot of food packaging, and according to research, close to 50% of a typical office's waste is food packaging and food waste. So what we see here is a lot of packaging, and we want to talk a little bit about closing the loop and how waste can be related to food production. And so Peter McDermott here, who's going through the bag still, is going to talk a little bit about closing the loop and what a potential office could do to help close the loop with their waste and with local food.
Well, we're kind of having a conversation about how local food and waste reduction, getting to zero waste, are really interrelated. So as opposed to looking at waste as a byproduct or a commodity that we can recycle, potentially get some revenue for, really asking the question of why is this here in the first place? Why is all this McDonald's packaging and coffee cups and styrofoam and all this stuff? And really, why are we eating it, I guess? So if we think about composting as the solution for food waste and food packaging, if we really go back to the beginning and ask, okay, can we potentially take this material and actually redesign our system so that we're not eating it in the first place, that we're using this compost to potentially feed our garden here, growing fresh food, taking it into our workplace, eating it, and so that we're really redesigning the way that we eat and the way that our office works so that we're not going to McDonald's in the first place, so that we can sort of eliminate the source of these materials. And really, we're just one tenant in a small building, or in a larger building here with a lot of other tenants. But we've found ways to really compost all of our food waste using vermicomposting, which is a small Rubbermaid bin that has a bunch of composting worms in it. And we just feed all of our food waste in there, and it produces a really great compost that we use at our garden here. And then we're going to our garden at lunch and harvesting salad greens and tomatoes and eating them. So there are really ways to sort of opt out of this existing system and participate in that closed loop system, even if you're only one tenant in a larger building. So really wanting to ask the question of, why does this exist in the first place, and are there other options for how we deal with our waste and how we feed ourselves? So questions to think about.